Hey, it's JC1424 once again with NASCAR Thunder 2004. And in this episode of our third season in career mode, we are going to be completing race 12 of 36, the famous Coca-Cola 600 at Lowe's Motor Speedway. In the last episode, just earlier today, we went to this track for the All-Star, where I won all three segments. Had a bit of a battle in the final segment for sure with Sterling Marlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Ricky Rudd, because the fans like those drivers more than me, which is fucking bullshit. And yeah, we got $1 million, making up for all the money that I spent after Richmond. Really didn't need it, but it was good for practice. It helps me know how good we're going to be in this race right here. Yeah, we're probably going to lead almost every lap in this race, kind of like Texas. I mean, it's not going to be as dominant as Texas. I mean, Texas is a freaking cakewalk, and then Atlanta's hard as hell. This track is just somewhere in between. Last time we came to this track was whenever I was the fastest driver out there, and I was just dominant, but my pit crew was just slightly slow, and we finished behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. So this time we should for sure win this race. Let's just not slip up. The car is perfect from what I saw in the All-Star race. Now, in the last episode, or the last actual points race, I should say, Tony Stewart won at Richmond. Though I was leading the most laps out there, we got wrecked by lap traffic with like 5 laps to go, and I wound up finishing in 4th. So now he makes up 10 points on me. He's just 6 points behind me, but I think we can keep the points lead as long as we go out there to Charlotte and just win the darn thing, making up a bunch of points. Don't know how well Tony Stewart or Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to do. I can't commentate right now. I can't record videos right now, but it's okay. I don't have to do a damn thing about commentary in this video because I'm going to be leading the entire race. Oh man, fuck me in the ass with that ego I got, huh? We're using empty case paint scheme because I haven't won this paint scheme yet, and well, this is a very important race, so I want to use my favorite paint scheme this season in a race that's this important. It's such an important race, but it's going to be so easy to win. So we'll quick select the chassis and engine. We both just used these at Richmond. We used them in the All-Star race, but they didn't take damage or anything like that because apparently the race doesn't even count for that. And then, of course, the body is still fresh. We just got this out of the shop. Car rating of 72 should be enough for us to win this race by like at least 5 seconds if we're going to put out a dominant performance today. Qualifying is usually a whole different story. Like, come out here and struggle just to qualify in the top 10. Where qualifying really wasn't that easy last time we came here. I don't know where exactly we started, but I swear we didn't get the pole. And if we're going to get the pole for this qualifying session, it's not going to be on the out lap. First of all, because we're not at the speed, and then second of all, because I kind of overdrove turn 1. So let's just go into turn 3. Some brakes a little bit, and a little bit more. And a decent corner. It's kind of oversteering off, though, hitting the apron and shit. Yeah, this was a far from perfect laps. Where are we going to be? 38. That is fucking terrible. Kind of concerned about how the second lap is going to be for me as far as positions go. I want to still meet that expectation that Outback has for me to qualifying in the top 10. Yeah, they might have upped the difficulty for qualifying, so that'll make this race very difficult to win if I can't qualify that well. It's just brake a little bit going into turn 3, just a little bit less than last time, and yeah, this is what I wanted last time we going through turns 3 and 4. Okay, so first was a 29.63, and this one's about 0.6 seconds faster. Where are we going to be? 17th. Wow, qualifying is a bitch at this track. Looks like Jimmy Johnson is starting on the front row next to Rusty Wallace, and then you got Kenny Wallace starting right behind those two. So that's interesting. We're going to show our dominance towards Warburg and say, this is my inside lane. You are not taking the position because you didn't earn it. I deserve a few more positions of this. I don't know how much better I could have qualified. That was a pretty darn good lap out there, but yeah, career mode, it's like it's unbalanced as far as like what their qualifying turns out to be. It's like they get better at qualifying, but not better at actually racing. We're still going to stand a good chance because we're faster in the race. Robbie Gordon is just goofing around in his car. Dude, save that for the bathroom later tonight. Like, don't do that in front of me. Okay. Y'all know Robbie Gordon was single in 2003, right? I honestly have no freaking clue. Ooh, good dive into turn 1, making up 2 or 3 positions because we're also going to get it on Matt Kenseth. Oh, he throws a block off the corner. We're up to 14th. Got to run down the back stretch. We'll get underneath him there. Not overshoot turn 3. Sterling Marlin is losing his marbles. Slides up to the top lane. Oof, I'm trying to get a good arc off the corner. We got fantasy drivers in the top 10. What the fuck? Dale Earnhardt Jr. didn't have the best of starts either, so that's, I guess, nice to see. Kenny Wallace, he started in 3rd place, but he went to the top lane and is just falling back, just like always. And I see a grayish blue car in front of me up there. I don't know who that is. It might be a fantasy driver. Maybe not, because if it was a fantasy driver, they'd be falling back a bunch. I can't tell who that is. Also, I not entirely focused on entering turn 3 right now, and you need to fix that shit. I'm guessing Jimmie Johnson's trying to get redemption from how the All-Star race went, because in the first stage during pit stops, he overheated and then got a DNF. So that kind of sucked. But I will be able to get up there, just considering how many cars are just passing the start of the race. It's a long one, too. It's the longest race of the season. We all know it. Okay, so we're catching Jeremy Mayfield, who's having a 6th place run. That is amazing. Doesn't usually run this well. Usually he's kind of like between 10th, 15th, that kind of area. Got a good run off of turn 4, and into 6th place we go. I really want to know who the hell is driving this blue, white, grayish car up there. Don't hit the wall, JC. What you doing? I think that's Kevin Harvick in a Looney Tunes paint scheme. Yeah, I recognize it with like the yellow spoiler. Rusty Wallace started on the outside of the front row, and he's fallen back to like 4th. Okay. Bit of a good dive into 3. Bobby Labonte's not giving me that much room. Bumped a little bit on his left quarter panel. But, just like always, get that runoff and complete the pass into the top 5 now. Jimmie Johnson, Ricky Rudd, those kind of drivers kind of got clean air. Kevin Harvick, watch what you're doing. Or maybe I should watch what I'm doing. I'm too busy trying to look at the leaderboard and drive at the same time. So, of course, right off the bat, I blame someone else for my stupid actions. And, well, Kevin Harvick is blocking me, so, I mean, yeah, I'm not that guilty, am I? All over the damn racetrack. I was going to say, that might not be Ricky Rudd. I think that's actually Kurt Busch, but I honestly can't tell because their cars look rather identical from a distance. Kevin Harvick is a little ticked. I don't know if that was my fault from just a while ago or somewhere else. I'm all over his bumper. You gonna get out the way or what? You know I'm faster than you. I'm way faster than you. You're really holding me back. Oh my goodness. Let's get in the 3rd place if we can. He's holding that middle lane down the back stretch. But should... it's starting to take tire wear. It's not wanting to arc down into the corners anymore. I still get a pretty darn good run off, but if he blocks me across the entire front stretch, then I can't do a damn thing. And that's what he's doing. I can't do anything. He's taking up as much space as possible. You have got one fat ass, Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, you fucking jackass. You stupid pussy. I hate you. Oh, I hate you now, and apparently I'm hating you back in 2005. I liked Kevin Harvick back in 2005, but he didn't exactly grow up. I think he was more of a grown-up back whenever he was my age than he is these days. What the fuck is your beef, man? Freaking Looney Tunes. You drive a Looney Tunes car and you drive like a loony while you're at it. Back past Bobby Labonte. Kevin Harvick's making my race difficult. Well, at least he's making it interesting, because otherwise we start on the pole like Texas and just lead the whole thing. So we might not win this race, and I'm actually glad to say that. I don't feel that bad that I got cocky enough to say this, have this game say, no, you're not going to do that. Like, I was using it like reverse psychology, make the game make it challenging. The game heard me. We got that kind of connection. It's a religious connection between me and NASCAR Thunder 2004. Finally, we get underneath Kevin Harvick, and he gives me more than just a little tiny bitty inch, but I am all over the place off the turn 2 for whatever reason. And just don't overshoot 3. And we're going to complete this pass. This car will fucking turn. Oh my gosh. 10 laps in. Tire where I can really feel it. I'm trying to pull up to the outside so I can finish the damn turn and just get rid of this guy already. Okay, that is Ricky Rudd, not Kurt Busch, so I was correct about that. Stop hitting the wall, car. I've got to dive into the corner, car. Just let me dive it in there. Don't try hitting the wall and shit. It's so difficult to put the car where I want to on the track because it's so sensitive with its steering. And we're still a very big contender for the win here because Jimmie Johnson hasn't pulled away that much. Just got to hope that we don't have much of a slower pit stop than him. I mean, we just did have a mistake at California, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I hope that it's faster rather than slower tonight. I said today earlier before I went to like start the qualifying session, it's a night race. Even though it's looking like it's happening like 7 o'clock right now, it hasn't really come to nightfall yet. Good run off of 2. Ricky Rudd is blocking me just like he did in the All-Star. What is with you just blocking me all over the place this week, man? Okay, good run off of 4. Don't hit him like I did Kevin Harvick. Ricky Rudd doesn't deserve to be slammed into. Did you see what happened at him at California? He dominated the race and then his engine gave out. So, yeah, let's just race him nice and clean and good and give him nice kissies. I don't know. My commentary's stupid. Let's track down Jimmie Johnson. Try to get to the lead before pit stops begin. Maybe. We did indeed catch Jimmie Johnson before pit stops can begin, but only by like, I guess, a lap or 2. I mean, for all we know, he might start pitting on this lap, and my car Oh, it's just not turning anymore. I am going to pit on the same lap that Jimmie Johnson does, because that would be a very smart decision. We'll be on the same strategy as the most dominant driver in the race. So he didn't lead that lap, and I'm not going to lead this lap either, but in total he only led 17 laps in this race, so there's still a chance for us to lead the most laps in this one. We just have to lead 17 or more. If we lead 17, we'll actually tie with him. It's not that big of a deal as far as Jimmie Johnson, because he's not in the top 5 in points. I think he might be in the top 10 somewhere. I'm sure, well, it didn't hurt his performance at All-Star because that was a points race, but still, I mean, I see him up front in most races. It's just, well, he beats me off pit road. Ricky Rudd as well, by a bit. So, I mean, if he's going to continue to lead laps after pit stop cycle through, then he's going to indeed lead more laps than I could. Well, that sucks, but I still think we can win this race. We just got to catch back up to him after pit stop cycle through and get another run back on Ricky Rudd. It looks like he might have had like a second faster pit stop than me, because now he's like a second in front of me right now. Okay, so first off, let's get back around Ricky Rudd. Really kept my car in good condition throughout this race. A little scratch, and that's about it. Got to run through the front stretch. I'm going to mow the lawn because he's not giving me all the room that I need to make this pass. He's still not giving me any room whatsoever. What do you want me to do, man? You can tell I'm passing you. I passed you earlier, and I'm passing you now. I mean, I can just expect anybody to give me room in this freaking game, especially after Richmond, whenever I got dumped by a lapped car. Technically, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Nope, you check up, you just let me complete the pass. You know I'm just going to fly past you eventually. And don't try making it take longer. I can win this thing. So, we're in 12th now, but pit stop still got to cycle through. Matt Kenseth, is he for position? I mean, I'm guessing, like, he's so freaking slow. Yeah, he's going down pit road. I have to go to the outside. I was thinking, I'll still pass him on the outside right here, even if he wasn't going down pit road this lap. Oh, God, we get loose off of turn 4 because that is not the preferred lane to exit a corner with. Okay, well, that was quite the save. I think I got loose and spun off of turn 4 in, like, Season 1 at this track, didn't I? There's Jimmie Johnson over there, and, well, here's Kevin Harvick. So we're going to beat him off pit road by about half a second or something. They're side by side behind me, and, yeah, I lost some ground whenever I got loose off the corner. Yeah, I was like, okay, we'll just go to the outside of Matt Kenseth because he's going down pit road. I didn't realize that it would toss me so sideways that we leave smoke there for a whole freaking lap. Oh, well, tracking down Jimmie Johnson again. He's just back to leading laps after all these pit stops are done with now. Lap cars are just letting Jimmie Johnson by, but they are racing the fuck out of me, and Kevin Harvick is catching up. This race is just getting all kinds of weird, because I don't know if Kevin Harvick is faster than both of us, or if I'm getting slowed by a lot of traffic, or what. But, I mean, that's him up in front of Kevin Grubb right here. Get that run off of turn 2. Kevin Grubb isn't going to let me by. We've got enough time to catch Jimmie Johnson, but with every lap car that I catch, it loses me like a whole fucking quarter of a second. This game is just bullshitting me right now. There goes Jimmie Johnson past David Green, and now David Green goes back down the track. And you know he's going to be trying to block me, most likely. Okay, so now what am I going to do? And also, Jimmie Johnson's getting held up by Ashton Lewis now. Jimmie Johnson's having problems passing him, so this is my chance to pounce. Got that one off turn 4. David Green comes down to block. Why? I just knew that was going to happen. Okay, don't pass Ashton Lewis just yet, Jimmie Johnson. Don't pass him just yet. I am helping him pass Ashton Lewis. There we go. Now, I can get that run off of 2, and we're finally making that pass for the lead on lap 36. And we're using Ashton Lewis as a pick. Okay, just don't overshoot 3. Don't overshoot 3, car. I'm hitting the brakes. Hold that bottom lane. Now, we just got to maintain this lead for another 4 more laps. We'll have this race won finally. Fuel tank is almost empty, so yeah, this is a little bit of a risky strategy that Jimmie Johnson was on. I mean, not much. But, yes, it seemed like almost every lap car was letting Jimmie Johnson by, and with the freaking whole second that we lost during pit stops, it was taking forever to make up just because a second being made up during lap traffic is, yeah, that's asking a lot. But we got the job done, finally got our second win of the season, and both of our wins this season have been at 1.5-mile tracks, the whole cookie cutter deal. So, I mean, that might not be saying much, but yeah, let's do some Coca-Cola nights! Go, Finally won in my favorite paint scheme that we have this season at the Coca-Cola 600 with Coca-Cola sponsorship. What a great time to finally win this race and win this track. Well, for a points race, because we did just win the All-Star and everything, but yeah. And on Thursday, we are going back to the Monster Mile, Dover International Speedway, for the MBNA Armed Forces Family 400, race 13 of 36, where we'll be using Dale Reynolds' paint scheme again, because I think he wanted me to use his paint schemes at all the northeastern tracks and stuff. I swear this is one of those tracks that he had picked out. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. So, we are now up to a 26-point lead. We gained 20 points on Tony Stewart. He must have still gotten like a top 5 finish, 6th or something like that, because, you know, only a little bit of a gain. But Dell and our juniors now 91 points back. Pretty soon, Tony Stewart's going to be the only driver within 100 points of the points lead. But where is Jimmy Johnson? Because he was having an amazing run, and I don't know where he's been. Just holding on to the top 10, like 21 points over Sterling Marlin. Then you've got the driver respect levels. It's one of those few races in this season where I'm not bashing into everybody. We've had the Martinsville situation, and then I guess Rockingham, I bashed into a few drivers, and Las Vegas, Atlanta, I don't know. I just crashed into drivers in a bunch of races, and for a while I was only having allies and stuff, but recently I've been making some actual rivals. I don't know what the hell that sound was, like Brother's iPad or some shit, but we've definitely got some work to do in the team management section of this career mode. Shop editions, we just started work on this simulation software for the body drafting increase. I'll be done in 5 races. So we've got to do some work on our chassis that we just used. We will overhaul that because it'll increase the tire by just 1%, and anything will do. So that's $438,000. I'm up to $7.68 million in the bank, so for sure, like, really not much of a loss. It's just doing everything I can to equip it to make it get better, spending a lot of money. And then we've got the engine. We've got to do something to that. Overall is going to increase the power by like 3%, so that's for sure. That's because we just got that shop edition had come in. $439,000, and that is taken care of, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be using this body in the next race. Yes, we have 1 race left until this comes in, and 2 races until the one that we're building comes in, which is going to be 74 downforce and 69 drafting, which is a bit superior to what we're using these days, like 70, 71 on downforce and like 66 for drafting and stuff like that. So yeah, that's certainly good. It's taken us a while to actually get there with bodies, just doing overhauls. And then we got the sponsorship ratings. We didn't qualify in the top 10, which sucks, so the ratings for happiness on Outback just stays at 76. But with Coca-Cola, because we, you know, got that win right there for sure, it's the top 5 finish, and the happiness goes up to 84. So glad to be getting the Coca-Cola ratings up again. That was probably the most important race to do it. And I still haven't gone into like the team section and changed my members, but I'm for sure going to remember to do that this time because I don't have anything else to record today. See you next time. That's that, and episode over.